When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Oregon State Beavers, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Oregon State's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
The Beavers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Turning it on! All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Minnesota's offense has the ball for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. The Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fields the punt and try to pick up some yards. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Looking to throw on first down. Already a solid start to this one. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stem, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
And the Beavers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Makes the catch. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there. And as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Beavers!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And the point after is good.
Oregon State 14, Minnesota 0.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to try to return this one. Nothing wrong with a touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Man, what an opening quarter for this offense. They've got it again, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon State. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the run from inside his own 5. One final play before the end of the quarter. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Oregon State has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here comes the heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up.
Breaks into the open. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Looking to throw for it. Moves around to clear up the vision. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there, and that time it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the 1st down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Got him in. It's Chapman. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the 1st down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
Makes the grab. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender there closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him and get him to the ground for a minimum gain.
And the Golden Gophers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Makes the grab. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Golden Gophers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
Well, we've seen this a couple times on this drive now, but having a lot of success with the quarterback sneaking. There's something going on up front right now, whether it's just the offensive line getting a better push or he's finding the crease to the right side of the center or to the left side. Whatever he's doing, it's working. The defense has not been able to stop him, and they just ride the center and the QB sneaks.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Chapman. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He makes the grab. Tight windows, no problem. The grab, the tackle, and it's 1st down in the red zone at the 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Murphy. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He leaves it with the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota!
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you built some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the 2nd half.
Minnesota 7.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. It's complete to the right. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. He might want another play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Well, they're leading by 2 possessions offensively, and that could have been a game-changing play right there. That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He's very lucky that was not intercepted.
Works the middle of the field. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Zings it complete to the right. And they get him down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on 3rd. Complete to the left. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Huntington Bank Stadium.
The Beavers will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds, and that's where the offense will go to work. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good night.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Makes one man miss. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Ready to fire from the pistol. Motion from the wideout. Little touch pass to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Handoff to the single back. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
Hey, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Beavers are on the move. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball.
There he goes. Running it inside the 30 and finally out of bounds at the 27. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Beavers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to keep it in the air. The throw to the outside is complete. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Wants to go up top. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Beavers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
28, Minnesota, 7.
On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at his own 16-yard line, and he just couldn't find the corner on that return. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, if you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Got his man in the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. New set of downs after the completion. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Golden Gophers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only...
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Well, they're trailing by a lot of points right now, and the problem is there's usually only one way to get back into it, and that means throwing the ball, and the defense knows it. And that's why they're pinning their ears back. They're dialing up blitzes. Guys are just rushing upfield, and they're finding it easier to get to the quarterback. They've got a few sacks already in this game. It's going to be even easier at this point because this offense has just dug themselves into...
Touchdown, Oregon State! The hidden yardage, the big play, special teams coming through. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Trying play action. Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Turning it on. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. Lining up for the PAT. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Miami is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that may get its own 30 for 30 after this one.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Going to the running game. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Dropping back, it's Henderson. Took a shot as he threw. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. And the Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He gets it away from his own end zone. Hauls it in, looking for space. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now he lets it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
It's caught. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory. 3rd and short from the 49 is this 4-down territory. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The Beavers will line it up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Going to the ground. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Here's a heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. It'll be 3rd and long.
And And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode. And what is that? The defense.
And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Fired in there, but incomplete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't.
Looking for the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And we knew this offense was good, man, but seeing him in person, like, now I understand why they're a top 10 offense. Week in, week out, so many different ways to hit you from so many different angles. Undefeated still. Still an undefeated squad moving forward with all of their dreams in front of them.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. One back in the backfield. He gets to carry. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Henderson. Pocket breaking down. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Great place to start for this offense. The give as they work on that clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Right down the middle. Can't make the grab, in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard, but you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page, you get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Beavers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's got it on the move. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, and it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.